Well, hello, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Nedwick, and I'm documenting my weight loss journey on a GLP-1 and Weight Watchers. And today I have another segment in my Weight Watchers motivation series, but also as a little bonus, I have an unboxing from Orderly Meds. So I had ordered another vial, and I'm really curious to see what the bud date is, because I know they bought up a bunch of vials before it went off the FDA shortage list. And I believe the latest bud dates were August. So I'll be unwrapping that and we will see. And in the meantime, I have Leo crying outside my door, so hang on. All right, well, first I'm going to do, hey buddy. First I'm going to do the unboxing. That'll just take a minute or two. And then I'll let you know my latest weight loss results. And then I'll jump right in to this week's motivation. All right, so I actually got this on Wednesday. And I was super busy. I had actually taken the day off work for Mike's birthday. Mike turned 61. So, and we had a big day planned. So I didn't have time to do the unboxing then. So I did check to see if the ice packs were still cold. And unfortunately, they were not. They were completely melted and warm. So I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I know that TIRZEPATIDE can be, warm for a certain amount of time, but I put it right in the refrigerator. And now I am gonna show you what I got. So it comes in this pretty padded, I don't know what you call it. And they had just one large ice pack. And like I said, when I got it on Wednesday, it was totally warm. And as usual, let's see, I got a pack of syringes. Let's see, I think they're 1 milliliter ones, 31 gauge. So that's just normal, 10 of these. Let's see, and now the vial. Oh, and I got some alcohol pads. So let us see. Okay. This is for a 15 milligram dose. Now, I am not actually giving myself 15 milligrams yet. I am currently doing 12.5, and that seems to be suppressing my appetite just perfectly. So this is supposed to be enough for 4 shots of 15 milligrams. Now, I don't have my readers. Let's see what the bud date is. Okay. So the compounding date was March 10th, and the bud date is September 6th, which is my birthday. So I have some time to use that. I still have some that I got from Zappy Health, not the ones that were from a non-sterile compounding pharmacy. I got an order from Zappy from Hallandale, and I have the bud date of end of December for those. So I'll have to use this before I use that. All right, well, that is good to know. All right, so I've got my trusty sidekick, Leo, here, and he is on my iPad. So let me just briefly tell you about my weight loss results. So I hadn't weighed myself in a little over 2 weeks. So I did weigh myself this morning, and I was down another 1.5 pounds. Now, of course, that's not a whole lot for 2 weeks, but to be perfectly honest with you guys, I have been feeling pretty stressed out. And like I've said in the past videos, I switched some medications so that I could take Wellbutrin, and then I got dry mouth, and I'm still having some problems with that. So I quit the Wellbutrin, and anyway, I've been a little stressed out, and I'm also getting used to Mike living here. And what I found, and I'm gonna have to make some changes, oh, silly boy, is that I'm more sedentary now. You know, when we didn't see each other much during the week, I was, out and about and moving more. And what we have fallen into the habit of doing is sitting there and watching TV. So he and I both have talked about it. He wants to lose weight, and we are going to start walking together. And like I said in a previous motivation video, if you have a walking buddy, you are more likely to stick to it. And I think you lose like 33% more weight. So that is our plan. And I think we're going to start it. It's just been super hot here in northeastern Ohio, in the mid to high 90s. And so that can be a little hard to do, especially when you've worked all day. And Leo is playing with my little clicker from my video thing. So anyway, that's what he's doing. So I was excited that I was down 1.5 pounds, to be perfectly honest. I wouldn't have been surprised if I had even gained weight, because to be perfectly honest, these past couple weeks, I've kind of been half-assing it. I haven't been paying close attention to my diet. Like I said, I still have suppression, but I wasn't working on getting my protein in. I wasn't exercising, and I was drinking wine on the weekends, which always sets me back. So Mike and I, we talked about it. We're gonna really try to get ourselves healthy before our wedding in October. So that kind of leads me to the Weight Watcher topic today. And when I went to the meeting, her little whiteboard said, "Now, not when." And basically what the meeting was about was not putting things off, and in many different ways. For example, she asked us, what are some things that you are putting off until you lose more weight? And we've all done it. And the people in the group said, buying clothes, going on a beach vacation, getting married, which that's coming whether I lose more weight or not. But, a lot of times we think, we're not going to go out and buy ourselves a new outfit until we get to where we think we want to be. Or we don't want anyone to see us in a bathing suit until we lose more weight. So we miss out on fun at the beach. And the whole meeting was, don't wait. Don't wait to start living your life. And don't wait to start doing the things that are going to make you healthier. And she said, don't let negative thoughts ruin your good time. And we're all guilty of that as well. I use the beach, for example. If you're feeling too self-conscious to put on a bathing suit, and you'll either miss out on a good time, or you'll be there and just be miserable and hot. So just continue to live your life. And we are our worst critics. And she called negative thoughts, she likened it to a party guest that you can't stand. And she named him Fred. And so she's like, if Fred comes into your party, you get up, you yell at him, you tell him to go away, and then you go back, but Fred comes back. So this time you make him go away, and you stand at the door and you watch and you make sure that he doesn't come back. And in the meantime, you're missing out on the party. So that was her example of don't let negative thoughts ruin your good time or ruin, your progress. And she said, and we've said this before, you wouldn't let somebody talk to your best friend the way sometimes we talk to ourselves. And I'm guilty of it too. And, we have to keep that in mind because negative thoughts really don't help. We had a couple guys in the meeting, and this one guy spoke up and he said, in the past, he's hated himself thinner. And he said that's what he's basically doing now, that he criticizes himself so badly that it causes him to take the actions to lose the weight. And we all agreed that that really isn't the way to go. You can't think about that. Our bodies are a gift. They take us places, they allow us to do things. I've had 2 lovely children, and we have to love ourselves. And we have to love ourselves the way we are now and just try to be healthier. And she also said, don't hate your past self. And I've now lost about 33 pounds, 33 and a half. And when I look at pictures from when I was my heaviest, I do kind of hate that girl. And she said, don't do that. And that's a little hard, but I agree. I think we just have to give ourselves some grace. We are all living our lives and we are all doing the best we can. And the whole meeting was, now is the time to get healthy. Don't say you're going to start Monday. Start now. And I think that is good advice. Now, my Weight Watcher leader, her name is Michelle. She lost a little over 50 pounds like 30 years ago, and maybe even more. And she was saying about 10 years after she lost her weight, she was a Weight Watcher leader, but she was wearing really plain, baggy clothes. She was still trying to hide, even though she had lost all her weight. Now, to see her now, I find that hard to picture because she's a music teacher and she has a great personality. She's very energetic. And nowadays, she wears a lot of different colors, a lot of different patterns, jewelry, and she doesn't hide herself. But she said back then, she was at a meeting and she called it her uniform. She was wearing plain pants, a tunic style top that was 1 or 2 sizes too big. And one of her members said, Michelle, why are you dressing this way? This does not fit your personality. You are outgoing and you're trying to hide. And she realized that that was exactly what she had been trying to do. So even though it made her nervous, she went out and bought a zebra print dress. And like I said, she's a teacher. She wore it to school, and one of her coworkers, who eventually became one of her good friends, said, that looks so great on you, and encouraged her to, make some more changes and to quit hiding. So a lot of you guys are on a weight loss journey yourselves, and I guess it's probably good advice. I know a lot of us have body dysmorphia where we still see ourselves bigger, and I'm guilty of that too sometimes. Like, I tried to wear some pants to work this week that were at least 3 sizes too big, and I had to get my belt out, or else they would have literally fallen off my body. And I thought, you know what, they were navy pants, and I said, I'm going to buy myself another pair that actually fit. So I got myself some size 8 navy pants on Amazon, and they fit great. And I have to organize my clothes and get together the ones, the ones that are too big, that I don't want to keep and save because I don't ever want to go back there. So that's a project for another day, but keep that in mind. Okay, I had to take a brief pause because I realized that when Leo was laying on my iPad, he deleted like half my notes. So I had to try to recover them. And I think I did. So let me get back to what I was saying. I was talking about my leader who finally, after 10 years, decided to buy some fun clothes. And she talked about, she said, you need 3 things if you're going to be successful and to motivate yourself. The first one, she said, is if they can do it, I can do it. She said, find somebody who inspires you and, somebody that you can relate to, and know that if they're able to accomplish their goals, that you can too. And sometimes that helps. The second thing is practice makes progress. Start with a small step. She said, why wait? Do it now. And then she repeated the name of our topic, now, not when. For example, Mike and I said, we really need to start walking. And I think in the back of my mind, I was thinking, okay, we'll start this Monday. But now what I'm thinking is, after I'm done videotaping this, that he and I should go take a walk now. Small steps. And number 3, find some encouragement. And she said, find a buddy, someone that is gonna, motivate you and help you when you're feeling down. And I have that in my best friend, Gina. And if you don't, she said, if you're a Weight Watcher member, go on Connect. Find a group that represents you and, follow them and get some motivation from people just like you who are doing it. So, I'd love to be 25 again. I'm not. I'm 56. I'll be 57 in September on my bud date. And, my body is just not the same as it was 30 years ago. So I just have to accept that and try to be the healthiest that I can be. Now, she ended the meeting with a quote, and the quote was, sooner or later, those who win are the ones who think they can. And that was credited to Paul Tournier. So keep that in mind. Have a positive outlook and picture yourself where you want to be and know that you can do it. And if you really believe that, you will. All right, guys, if you made it this far and you've liked this video, please give me an emoji of a cat for Leo. And if you liked the video, please like it below and subscribe to my channel. I am trying to grow my channel, and I know I'm only doing 1 video a week for now, but I will get back to doing at least 2 sometime after my wedding. But in the meantime, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and share my video. That tells YouTube to send it out to more people. All right, you guys, have a great week, and I will see you next time.